It is very important to discern the difference between goals and desires in our life. A goal is something that I can be totally responsible for. I do not have to depend on anyone else to get that goal accomplished. In marriage, I cannot have a goal of having a happy or good marriage because that involves someone else. It can be a desire, however, and as such I can pray and cooperate in the marriage to make it so. A proper goal for me in a marriage is to be a godly wife because that is something I can control. We begin to have a problems when we confuse our desires and goals. When we ever we try to make a desire a goal and someone blocks it, we get angry and frustrated, mainly because we are not getting our own way. It is good to examine our responses in different situations to see if we are trying to control or manipulate someone on one else. We must come to the place in our lives where we lay down an everlasting burden of needing to manage others. My being an excellent woman does not really depend on anyone else. It depends on my deciding that I will be God's woman who fears Him, who derives her worth and security from Christ, and who is then free to serve and love others. 1 Corinthians 6 verse 12. As a Christian, I may do anything, but that does not mean that everything is good for me. I may do everything, but I must not be a slave of anything. Phillips. The questions for the committed Christians is how will this influence my walk with God and my true life? The thought that helps me is that I should look at my own purity not by comparing it to others, but to Christ. Jesus said, "For I always do what pleases Him." It is not the importance of the thing, but the majesty of the lawgiver that is to be the standard of obedience. Is she holy lawgiver? If there is an enemy of souls, and I have not to the slightest doubt that there is, one thing he cannot abide is the desires for purity. Hence a man's or a woman's patience become his battleground. The lover of souls does not prevent this. I was perplexed because it seems to me he should prevent. But he doesn't. He wants us to learn to use our weapons.